Welcome back, everyone. Today I'm joined by Christine John Fuller with the Eastern NC chapter of the Alzheimer's Association, here to invite you to the annual Walk to End Alzheimer's in New Bern. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. So when is this year's event and where will it be this year?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's going to be on October 18th at Union Point Park in New Bern. So right there on the water. It is the most gorgeous walk. It's one of my favorite of the year to go to, just to be out there and to see the sun coming up and all the beautiful people coming together, representing obviously their connections to the disease.
Exactly, exactly. How long is the walk, and is there a particular place to park when you get there?
Yes, the great thing about Union Point Park is there's really easy parking right there at the park itself, and from a standpoint of people being able to get there, they literally can come, they step out of their cars and go right to registration from that standpoint.
Wonderful. And does it cost to attend?
Not at all. What we encourage people to do is obviously everybody has to register, but as part of that, if they raise $100 or more, they actually will get like an official T-shirt or other, swag that represents their connection to the disease that we give. Yeah,
and anybody that's participating, you encourage them to wear purple, of course, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. So, but it's surprising. You might have people that come out that they come in a green color because that was their loved one's color, right? Wow, so sometimes you'll see teams that are representing different things, some in tutus or some in capes, or cowboy hats, something that kind of represents the person that they're walking in memory or in honor of.
Yeah, so talk about, you brought these flowers and each color represents something different. So kind of explain these and why people would be holding them.
Yeah, it is an incredibly poignant moment at the walk where literally as we get started, everybody picks the color that is attributed to their connection to the disease. And so we literally look out over a sea of all of these gorgeous, gorgeous flowers that we call our promise garden. So things like orange is an individual who is supporting a world without Alzheimer's, which is our vision from that standpoint. Then you have yellow, which represents an individual that is caregiving for someone living with the disease. Purple is, and this is what I carry, is you've lost someone to the disease. And blue is for individuals that join us that are living with Alzheimer's disease. And far too many individuals with this, and also far too many individuals at very young ages that have even younger onset versions of the disease that are there and telling their story about how they still want quality of life despite their diagnosis.
Right. So the whole purpose of this event, you would say, is to really build awareness, right, of Alzheimer's and just how common it is. I mean, I think if you talk to anybody, they either have somebody in their family that's been diagnosed or know somebody that's been diagnosed, right? So what do those numbers look like across North Carolina?
Yeah, and I'll say this. It's hypercritical for people to be able to identify that there's ways and people in their community that they can find resources, and we want to be the connector to do that. So walk is a great way to do that while helping us make sure that first and foremost we're fueling the mission of what we do through the fundraising that we do. And so we have roughly about 210,000 individuals here in North Carolina that are living with the disease, age 65 and up. So that doesn't talk about those people 65 and younger. And they are taken care of by 381,000 individuals. These are friends, family, loved ones that are taking care of individuals that have been diagnosed.
Wow, wow. Okay, so and then I do want to get to Rob Morgan, who's emceeing the event. That's pretty cool.
It's very cool and very special. So Rob, we got connected with earlier this year. He's actually got an upcoming role. I'm sure a lot of people know he is a native and a resident of New Bern. And so he is playing an individual, a man living with Alzheimer's. And so we were able to connect him with some local families so he could understand the dementia journey for the person living with it and also for their caregivers to help him in getting ready for his role. So we're very, very honored that he's going to be out there as our MC for the walk this year.
What a cool tie. For those that don't know, Rob Morgan is an actor, right? He's been in Stranger Things. He's also been in, that's the one that comes off the top of my mind.
It's the top of the list. He is an award-winning actor with just a brilliant career. We are honored by the fact that he would come out and be with us.
Well, Christine John Fuller, thank you so much for joining us. For those that may be just joining, this is the Alzheimer's Walk in New Bern. Can you just reiterate those times and dates?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got October 18th that is at Union Point Park. And again, come on out. You can register ahead of time at alz.org/walk so that you can start to get information on it. But if you don't get to come out that day, we would love to have you, and you can continue to fundraise well after walk day, so there's plenty of time to still get involved. It is a great place to learn about what we have as resources, to find out how you can know more about this disease and how you can share that with your loved ones.
Yeah, not only the awareness, but the resources as well. So critical.
Absolutely.
Christine, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Well, if you're interested, we'll have all the details and their website on our website, WITN.com. For now, we'll have more E&C at 3.